More than 650 people in Colorado died by firearm suicide last year. In response to these alarming numbers, there's a new initiative working to combat the issue, and it involves some gun shops here in Grand Junction. KREX 5 News reporter Adrian Thomas tells us about the new online resource and how the Rocky Mountain Gun Club is taking part.
The Rocky Mountain Gun Club in Grand Junction serves as a major firearm retailer in the community. First on the Western Slope, Adrian Thomas, KREX 5 News.
In a deadly situation, it's either fight or flight, and it was their decision to fight that made it possible for one Colorado couple to share their story after a bear found its way into their home. Matt Kroschel went to Pine, Colorado to hear more about the nearly fatal encounter.
I was so scared for his life, you have no idea.
George Field never thought she'd end up doing battle with a bear.
From what I understand, they make it a habit.
Lab tests have confirmed that the bear euthanized in Pine, Colorado on Tuesday is the same one involved in an attack. Human DNA was found on the animal, which was killed about 900 yards from where a 71-year-old man was attacked inside of his own home. Experts estimate the bear was 10 years old and weighed 215 pounds, and additional tests found there was a significant amount of trash in its stomach when it died. From coin purses to checkbooks to debit cards, it seems that currency is always changing. And now cryptocurrency continues to gain popularity, with social media giants like Facebook getting in on the action. KREX 5's Jillian McCarthy has more on a possible currency of the future.
In 2009, Bitcoin became the first established cryptocurrency to exist. And now Facebook is trying to establish their own form of digital money called Libra. First on the Western Slope, I'm Jillian McCarthy, KREX 5 News.
Plastic contamination is a real problem around the world, and now scientists say it's even raining plastic. The U.S. Department of Interior and U.S. Geological Survey recently took a good look at rainfall in parts of Colorado. The scientists used a binocular microscope fitted with a digital camera to examine rain samples, and they found plastic in 90% of them. They said the plastic was mostly in fiber form and came in many different colors, but predominantly in blue. And this isn't even the first time the scientists have seen microplastic particles in rainfall. They've also found it in the Pyrenees in southern France and on remote islands. It's still unclear exactly where the plastic comes from or what the health effects of living with all this plastic will be. And we're going to take things over to meteorologist Megan Montgomery to see if we're going to be expecting any plastic rain here anytime soon.
Well, you know, the good news is, Jen, no plastic rain.
Whew, good. I was a little worried there.
Isn't that weird, though? That's a little gross.
It's kind of nasty, though. Also, why is it colored? I just don't really understand.
I don't really understand either. I just tell you if it's going to rain. I don't tell you the contents of it at this point.
That's fair. That's fair.
Hey, why not? Well, let's talk about what we're going to expect, though, because behind me on our America's Mattress Live Terror camera.
And not attacks, but mountain lion sightings can be fairly common in parts of Colorado, but one thing that you're not so likely to find is a marmot. Well, that's exactly what was found in a backyard in Wheat Ridge, and though Parks and Wildlife says it's a rare sight, it does still happen every once in a while. They say they get reports of these high country critters along the Front Range about 6 times each year, and getting the marmots back to the mountains is vital.
So we set up some traps. We added a camera to kind of see where he's coming from. We got to end the story, I think. We got to get him back home.
And a not so rare sighting here is Mr. Kingston is joining us today because it's National Dog Day. So he's celebrating with a chicken sandwich here. He's pumped, and he actually wanted to speak with Megan. He told me, you know, he's a little shy on air, but he told me that he wanted to know how the weather is going to be because he wants to take an extra long walk, maybe even visit the dog park today to celebrate National Dog Day. So Megan, we're here to ask you what the conditions are going to be like.
Well, you know what, Kingston? I got you, my friend, because we are going to see some temperatures a little bit cooler.
News this morning.
Good morning, and thanks so much for starting your day with all of us here at KREX 5 News this morning. I'm Jennifer Lee. Here's what you need to know to start your day. Mesa County has joined a list of 15 other local government entities in Colorado to sue 21 pharmaceutical companies for their role in the alleged overprescribing of opioids. KREX 5 News reporter Mike Kretz took a closer look, and he breaks down the litigation.
Opioid overuse and overprescription has become referred to as a crisis or epidemic in the United States. First on the Western Slope, Mike Kretz, KREX 5 News.
Now, the county attorney wouldn't say exactly how much money Mesa County hopes to recoup from the lawsuit, but according to the documents, pharmaceutical companies are projected to earn nearly $20 billion from the opioid industry in 2020. The Western Slope Center for Children sees nearly 800 kids each year who have been the victims of sexual abuse, physical abuse, or who have witnessed violence. Well, Well, on Tuesday, the center received a generous donation of $10,000 from the Grand Junction Lions Club. In addition to a multitude of services, the Center for Children is now also expanding into prevention therapy, including a free community program for nurturing healthy sexual development and sexual abuse prevention training. This most recent donation will allow the center to continue offering free services at their expanded facility. And while they already play such a large role in assisting and supporting child victims, those with the center say they still want to do more to provide kids with the services they deserve.
We need to add a therapist to our program. We have one on-site therapist right now, and with all the kids that we're seeing every year, we can't see all of those for therapy as well.
The $10,000 given to the center was one of 2 checks that the Lions Club presented to local nonprofits yesterday, coming to a combined total of $15,000. So far this year, the Grand Junction Lions Club has gifted more than $145,000. Classes started Monday for most students in District 51, but yesterday was the first day of school for the district's youngest students. It was the first time that all kindergartners in D51 had full-day kindergarten. The change comes from a law signed by Governor Jared Polis that provides access to free full-day education for Colorado's young learners. And it also allows more time for teachers to focus on the foundations of education in addition to the social skills that are important in everyday life. It's a pretty big difference for the teachers and the students, but they certainly aren't the only ones adjusting to the change.
It's probably harder for the parents that were leaving their kids with us for many for the first time, their first kiddos to go to school full day.
Officials for District 51 emphasize that a full day of kindergarten has been shown to make a difference in how your child performs later on in their education. And lots of other changes across the school district include later start times for middle and high schools, but for students at Fruita Middle School, it also includes a brand new Gaga ball pit. The kids can now hit the pit before hitting the books, and the person they have to thank for that is a local Eagle Scout. The Fruita High School junior felt the community could use a little bit more exercise, so he raised the funds and then built the pit himself.
I thought this would be a great Eagle Scout project since it's here in Fruita, and I thought it would have a very noticeable benefit to the community.
Now, if you've never heard of Gaga Ball, it has nothing to do with the singer Lady Gaga, which is what I initially thought, but it's a game that's sometimes described as a kinder, gentler version of dodgeball. And as far as the rules of the game go, well, they sound fairly simple.
Gaga Ball is basically a game where 8 to 10 people get one ball and they get in a cage, and you try to hit it at your opponent's feet, but if it hits your feet, you're out.
Gaga is great exercise, and it actually looks really fun too, so it's really no surprise how quickly the game is gaining popularity. And the start of a new school year typically means summer is over, but we definitely have not said goodbye to summer weather just yet. And for local athletes, hot temperatures and heat waves can pose a serious threat on the field. KREX 5 News reporter Jillian McCarthy brings us the details.
Pretty soon these fields will be packed with students for sports games as the new school year rolls in. First on the Western Slope, I'm Jillian McCarthy, KREX 5 News.
Well, trainers, coaches, even the athletes themselves will have to continue being vigilant, at least for the next few days, as temperatures here in Grand Junction continue to climb into the upper 90s. Our chief meteorologist, Chris Nation, will tell us if we can expect to catch a break from this heat anytime soon. That's coming up in your full forecast right after the break. Welcome back. I'm joined now by Dixie Burmeister, who's here to talk about the Peach Festival, and we have a very exciting treat, but I'm not going to ruin that yet.
No, let's keep.
That's
our
a
lips
big
are sealed
surprise.
in
Yes,
that part. Yes,
we're excited,
yes.
but we're also excited about the upcoming Peach Festival.
You know what? You know when you're texting things about the festival at 4:30 in the morning. It's time for the. It's time. We need to get it here.
Well, it is almost. I mean, like what, 2 days away now?
Thursday. Gosh, day after tomorrow. Ice cream social and street dance in downtown Palisades starts about 5:30, and a little after 6 around in there we'll be crowning the queen. Jake Jabs is coming. In fact, he'll be here talking to you.
Yes, he will. On Thursday.
Yes, yes, and you know we've been here. I brought chefs, I brought peaches, peach pies, you name it. Well, we do have. In addition, of course, this is the 2019 Palisade Peach Festival presented by American Furniture Warehouse. Grand Valley Bank has a Peach Jam stage. Everything is peachy at the festival, as you can tell.
Peachy.
So, Peach Jam stage. And so Friday, we open the gates at 3, and we kick it off with great bands. I'm trying not to say
hint.
yes. In addition to this great one that we're going to maybe have a hint about, then that followed by stray grass and the trampolines on Friday night, and we're having fireworks. Everything's looking really good off the hill across the river, and so you'll be in the park and you'll look up at river. So it's going to be beautiful. And then on Saturday we have twang box. I know a crib sheet here.
It's okay. You don't have to blow up your own spot. No, it's all by memory, guys.
Yeah, LPB band, Hunter and the Dirty Jack, Led Stetson, and So Have It. So music, music sets, excuse the pun, the tone for the festival, because it makes you feel good and happy, and makes everybody ready.
Donnie liked that one. Our very special surprise guest is cracking up at that pun now.
And of course, all the details, we've got the peach cuisine and the barbecue and all those wonderful things for kids and family, and but really wanted to focus on our bands today, and everybody that comes wants to get jamming with the band.
And who wouldn't, because we got a little sneak preview here. We're joined by Donnie Morales, and he is going to be performing Donnie Morales and the Big Wind Band.
Yes, the Big Wind Band. Yes.
And that's on the Peach Jam stage?
It most certainly is. He really sets the tone. He starts it off on Friday at 3 o'clock when we open the gates. And he's been jamming around here this morning.
And we've been swaying and dancing a little bit.
Yeah, you're going to love this. You're going to love this. It's going to set the mood for your whole day.
Definitely.
Really well. Palisade Peach Festival. 15th will be the Ice Cream Social and Street Dance, 16th and 17th at Riverbend Park, and then, of course, Sunday morning, the big Sunday market. So you can't miss it.
You definitely can't miss it.
And the weather's going to be good. Hey, the stage is set.
Drum roll, please. Speaking of which, what a better time to ask you.
Are you guys going to dance?
Only if the cameras are not on us.
Oh, come on. You can get over here. There's enough camera.
Well, what are you going to play for us, though?
I'll play a song called Mama Legba. It was co-written by my, at the time, 8-year-old daughter. And it actually, earlier this summer, it was on Colorado Public Radio on Colorado Matters with my friend Ryan Gardner. So if you feel like you want to dance, go right ahead.
I'm going to go over there and I'm going to dance.
Take it away, Donnie, right?
Mama Legba, please tell me why down by La Porta's Ride.
Getting back into the fall-like temperatures, but thinking about this, it actually makes me want to fan myself.
Did you just do it? She's been trying to do it for the past 5 minutes and just struggling like I've never seen.
It's not one of those fans that you can just... There
we go. We're getting closer. She's already smacked the desk. She's nearly smacked me. It's getting dangerous up here with this fan, but sounds like you're working
with me, I think.
Oh, yeah. No, the fun of working with you, I think.
Oh, that's a really sweet thing to say.
Oh, good.
She's my buddy.
It's a Vegas fan, too.
It's a Vegas
Just for you.
Thank you.
All right, well, enjoy your day. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning.